Tillo looks to be on track to switch its water supply from well water to river water. We'll tell you what that means for customers and future growth. That story straight ahead on WCBI News.
WCBI News at 6 starts now.
Good evening. We now know the name of a homicide victim in Monroe County. Coroner Alan Gurley identifies the man as 36-year-old William Lee Elliott of Caledonia. Elliott's body was found shortly before 4 a.m. in the 22nd thousand block of Highway 45 near Wren. Gurley says the Mississippi Bureau of Investigation and Monroe County Sheriff's Office are handling the case. Elliott's body is being sent to the state medical examiner's office in Pearl for an autopsy. No arrests so far have been made in the case. A Winston County man is accused of breaking into cars at an Oktibbeha County apartment complex. 19-year-old William Sullivan turned himself in to Oktibbeha County deputies this morning. He's charged with 2 counts of auto burglary. Deputies first started investigating those break-ins about 2 months ago at the Retreat Apartments. Sullivan's bond was set at $20,000. Lieutenant Davis says several apartments in the city and county are being hit by thieves right now, and he's encouraging everyone, including returning students, to lock their doors and not to leave valuables inside their vehicles. Starkville police say that they're expecting a spike in this type of crime with the arrival of those students this semester. Our Cash Matlock has more on how you can keep yourself from becoming a victim. He joins us in the studio.
Andrea, officers with Starkville PD say they've had nearly 30 reports of parking lot prowlers since July 1st, and they say burglars typically steal from cars in specific areas.
Almost every single auto burglary that is reported in the city of Starkville is an unsecured vehicle.
Sergeant Brandon Lovelady with the Starkville Police Department says the city has experienced a spike in auto burglaries over the past month, and they're expecting to see even more of an increase in the next few weeks.
You know, we're going to have a large influx of population come here soon. Yet some individuals are used to living down an old country road or in a small town where they don't have to worry about these things. You know, so we do see a spike sometimes in auto burglaries, and that's just throughout the year during different times.
Lovelady says the #1 spot for car break-ins is a student housing parking lot.
We see them a lot in apartment complexes. You have so many vehicles densely packed into a parking lot, and you know, again, it's a target opportunity. All you have to do is, you know, early in the morning, just somebody is, in typically the case, somebody is going from door to door in a vehicle.
Typically, the thieves take things like firearms, electronics, money, or anything of value that's visible through the window. Lovelady says besides keeping your door locked at all times, there's really only one way to combat the issue.
We've had a couple citizens that have reported suspicious activity, and we made some arrests off of it. Just seeing individuals either looking into vehicles, pulling on door handles, just general suspicious activity. If you see something, say something.
Well, in addition to that, make sure your door is locked and all valuable items are out of your vehicle or tucked away. Starkville police say if you see something suspicious around your vehicle, give them a call at 662-323-4134.
All right, some good advice. Thanks, Matt. Thanks, Cash. A Maven man is accused of a child sex crime. 26-year-old Lawrence Johnson charged with sexual battery. Oktibbeha County investigators say they were contacted by Child Protective Services in early July. The alleged juvenile victim has been interviewed and charges were later filed. Johnson could face more charges in another county. His bond is set at $250,000. A Maven couple is facing drug charges. Curtis and Chastity Lucas were both arrested at their home on Chestnut Street Thursday. Curtis Lucas is charged with possession of a Schedule II drug and possession of paraphernalia. Chastity Lucas also faces a paraphernalia charge along with disorderly conduct. Child Protective Services requested deputies for an escort to the Lucas home. Once they got there, they found the alleged drugs. Investigators say 8 grams of meth was seized. The couple remains in jail. A Columbus biker finds himself in the hot seat this afternoon as his motorcycle goes up in flames. This happened near Hemlock Street and McCrary Road. It didn't take long for fire crews to put the blaze out, but the flames did leave the bike charred, causing extensive damage, even melting the front tire. There's no word on what may have sparked that fire. Time now to get a first look at our forecast. We'll turn things over to Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson. Happy Friday, Keith.
TGIF, Andrea, at 6:05 here on our Friday at Durham's Pharmacy and in many other locations. We have some clouds, some steadier rain or lighter rain, especially across the southern areas. We have some heavier downpours out here west and northwest of Tupelo there near Pontotoc, and a bigger batch of rain west of 55 and storms here, and those are moving east. And no severe weather in that. Some gusty breezes, heavy downpours, thunder and lightning. We're looking at 70s and 80s temperatures all over the place right now. A lot of this activity goes away over the next few hours here. We're down into the 70s. I'm back with your weekend forecast in just a few minutes.
Since the city of Saltillo, that is, switched its water supply from river to well water a few years ago, residents have been complaining about the color and the odor of their water. The city is now planning to switch back before the end of the year. Our Allie Martin has more on how residents and future growth could be impacted.
Nearly 2 years ago, Saltillo switched from river water to well water, and for some residents, discolored water has been a recurring problem ever since.
It has a tint to it. You don't want to drink it, you know.
Earlier this week, the Saltillo Board of Aldermen approved the switch back to river or surface water and set a deadline for December 31st. In fact, Alderman Kopi Grantham says he will forfeit his salary if the deadline is not met, and he called on fellow aldermen to do the same.
Well, I truly believe that when the checks stop clearing, that the local officials in Saltillo will take priority to the switch over and take it serious.
To better for future growth.
Current system, if we build 250 more homes, then the government will stop us from adding homes because we have reached our capacity. That's not good, but that's why we're focusing now on Saltillo's future, not Saltillo's past.
Public Service Commissioner Brandon Presley became involved in the Saltillo water saga more than a year ago after his office started receiving complaints from residents about their dirty water. Presley ordered an outside independent management audit of the Saltillo Water Department. That 35-page report just released suggested the city switch to river water to solve the issue with tainted water.
It took a little time to get this independent management review done, but I think it's worth its weight because it actually gives an independent look, puts politics aside, puts personalities aside to really arrive at the best conclusion for the citizens of Saltillo.
Mayor Smith says he is relieved the issue is coming to a favorable conclusion.
It has slowed us down on some other things, so hopefully getting this out of the way, we can move forward on some great ideas we have and get everybody fired up about Saltillo.
Allie Martin, WCBI News.
Commissioner Presley will officially set a December 31st deadline for the water supply switch in Saltillo Monday. Candidates vying for the Columbus Ward 4 seat make their pitch today. All 6 candidates were invited to speak to the African American Leadership Caucus of Lowndes County. The group regularly hosts guest speakers to talk about issues in the community or to get out information. The caucus is an informal group created about 2 years ago. The candidates had 3 minutes today to state their platform and then answer questions.
I think anyone running for office ought to look forward to the opportunity to come before an organization to state their platform and then let people know why they think they're the most important candidate.
The Ward 4 special election will be held on August 20th. Former Councilman Frederick Jackson resigned. Coming up, while many students are headed back to school, one group is leaving. We take a look at their big step when we come back. That's nearly 400 new members to the Long Blue Line. The summer graduation ceremony was held this afternoon at MUW's Rent Auditorium. 379 students graduated in areas of study ranging from a Master's of Business Administration and Nursing to a bachelor's degree in Applied Science or Fine Arts. The executive director of the Mississippi Board of Nursing, Phyllis Polk Johnson, gave words of encouragement to the graduates. She encouraged them to care and be great in this next endeavor of their lives.
Currently 84 in Tupelo. It feels like 93. No rain currently. We do have more storms on radar. Also more storms possible Saturday before the heat really ramps up. The full forecast is next.
WCBI First Alert AccuWeather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson.
Here's our off insurance time lapse from Columbus. Look at that. The bark worse than the bite, though, with a lot of this activity today. Impressive clouds. Some good downpours, as you can see right there, some thunder and lightning. And look at some of these clouds. That was near Tupelo. Our very own Ronnie Smith, one of our photographers here at WCBI, sends us that. And you can see in Hamilton some of the swirling clouds. And notice this, several different layers of clouds. Pretty neat down in Louisville, Mississippi earlier this afternoon. But right now in Louisville and other spots here across the Golden Triangle area, some lighter showers. We still have a little bit of a thunder shower between Pontotoc and New Albany near Ecru right now. Back to the west of 55 here. Notice from Batesville down to Charleston and west of Grenada, a big batch of thunder showers right now. Heavy downpours, thunder and lightning, refreshing breezes. Those will tend to weaken, it looks like, as they shift farther east into our area, but still a risk for some additional showers and storms as we go throughout the course of the evening. Temperatures range from the 70s to the 80s to the 90s here across the Twin States. At the current hour, the heat index still in the 100s, 104 right now in Hattiesburg. Not too bad in Columbus, the Golden Triangle area. It still feels like 93 in Tupelo, where we have yet to see a lot of storms this afternoon after the one you had earlier today. We're looking at the heat index that may get over 100 degrees tomorrow outside of any storm that forms. Now, as we get into your Sunday, the heat index may surpass 105, and by early next week, we may see the heat index around here, 105 to 110 degrees. Some spots, especially in the Delta, where it's very low and flat and there's a lot of crop development right now, a lot of moisture in the air. Some of those folks may see the heat index between 110 and 115. So it's going to be pretty hot and humid. Now tomorrow on Saturday, we're going to ballpark the high around 90. There's a chance for a shower storm at any time during the day, but the most coverage will likely be during the course of the daytime heating. So we have the storms around this evening. Notice how a lot of that will fall apart over the next few hours. Tomorrow morning when you wake up, yeah, there may be a shower or storm around. I think most of the coverage will be during the daytime heating. A lot of that stuff goes away. Our rain chances will go down a little bit as we get into your Sunday. Can't rule it out, though. We're going to go with a 50% chance of rain tomorrow, but then the rain chance goes down Sunday and Monday. The temperature goes up to 94 Sunday, 97 Monday, 96 on Tuesday. That heat index 105 to 110. Not as hot by Wednesday and the end of next week.
So hard to believe, just 2 weeks until football is officially back. Celebrate with the Super Troopers. Morville next up on the tour in sports.
WCBI Sports with Tom Ebel is brought to you by your local Ford dealers. Go further.
60 schools in 60 days continues on in Region 2 4A. The senior class at Morville this year steps onto the gridiron with unfinished business, looking to change Trooper history. Morville is stop number 47 on the high school football tour.
WCBI's 60 Schools in 60 Days is brought to you by Sparklight.
Morville head coach Jimmy Young has been waiting for the 2019 season since taking the job 3 years ago. He knew that this group of seniors would be impressive.
Well, since they've been in 9th grade, it's just been phenomenal, and it's carried on to where we was about 87% in attendance every day this summer. So just their leadership and everything along those lines has really pulled together.
This senior class wants to do things differently than what has been done in years past. More specifically, this senior squad of Super Troopers is looking for a winning season.
Not just the last year, it's been a couple years before that. I've been playing for, this is my 4th year. And all my 4 years, we've been like 3-7, 2-8, stuff like that. So I'm just trying to finish my year off strong.
Try to finish jobs more. Last year we dropped a lot of balls on the 5-10 yard line and dropped a lot of passes we should have had. And we're just going to try to hang on to the ball and catch passes.
Mooreville should be in good hands with Mitchell once again on its roster. Now, as a senior, the 6'1", 180-pound defensive back has been a secret weapon for the Troopers over the past few years, and people are taking notice.
He was kind of my hidden gem, which teams I played knew about number 5, but we got a couple more that's come on really strong that I'm excited for the world to see this fall too.
Mooreville has been working diligently on its offense this year, looking to spread things out and throw the football a little bit more. Simply, the Troopers are focused on whatever can get the job done.
I'm finishing a lot more plays. We got to work a little bit harder before August 23rd.
Playing hard all the way through, all the way to the end. Just keeping heads up, spirits high. We're going to be a lot better than last year. We tightened up a lot. We got some new players. We got new people. All new offensive game plan, we're coming.
I hope that each one of my kids can look themselves in the mirror and know they laid it all out there every night. And that's all we talk about, is playing every play as hard as we can and letting the cards fall where they may.
Mooreville's season gets started against Boonville on August 23rd. With the Troopers on the high school football tour, Courtney Robb, WCBI Sports.
Well, officially 2 weeks away from high school football season kicking off. Here are some of the upcoming previews. Shannon on Saturday, sticking with Region 2 4A. The Red Raiders coming up tomorrow. Itawamba HS on Sunday before we hang out with the Lowndes County rivalry. New Hope on Monday and Caledonia coming up on Tuesday. If you've missed any of the stops up to this point, go to our website, WCBI.com. Ole Miss continuing to install its new defense under Mike McIntyre, gaining confidence before Week 1 against Memphis. McIntyre says the defense has 100% bought into the new system and continues to work on what has plagued the Rebels defense for the past few seasons. With a team scrimmage coming up tomorrow, McIntyre hopes the practice reps begin to translate to live action.
I want to see us play with good pad level up front. You always say that, but when you get out there and it's a scrimmage situation, you want to make sure they do their techniques. I want to see us be able to tackle in space and understand that our leverage points that we're doing on defense, they understand where they're coming from, and then be able to see them handle when adversity happens out there.
That's it for sports. We'll have a last year forecast coming up next.
Data moving our way, and also some to the northwest of New Albany. So we have some additional showers and storms possible this evening. Some of that will be fading away here over the next couple of hours, and it looks like we'll have more scattered storms Saturday, Andre, very similar to today, before the heat really ramps up starting Sunday.
And all of that humidity.
Isn't that going anywhere?
All right, we'll deal with it.
Yep.
That's the news at 6 o'clock. Enjoy the rest of your Friday night.